back. We are back again to solve another mystery. We're playing Sherlock Holmes today. We're playing another, we're investigating another case. But before we start anything up top, I'm just going to get on my soapbox for a little bit. I don't know if you guys have, you probably haven't. I've got 10 followers. You might see this in VOD. You might be one of those followers. But if you've noticed on my channel, perhaps on Twitter, that I have been spending the last few days shit talking our governor here in Texas. Just something that I wish everyone was aware of. I know it's like a local issue, but here in Texas, our schools are about to go back in session here in about a week and a half. I have a son. I think you might have seen him or heard him on one of my earlier streams. He is a third grader this year, and our governor, in his wisdom, has forbidden Texas schools from mandating masks in schools, despite the fact that we are currently in a stage 5 outbreak of COVID here in Texas. And on top of that, and you might have seen something in the news, a few weeks ago about Texas wanting to pass some really, really restrictive voting laws, and Democrats leaving the Texas legislature to go to Washington, and there was a few of them that caught COVID, and you probably heard that whole thing. Well, here in Texas, we have this great thing where they only make laws about once every 3 years because our legislators, they have so much to do. And so often, the legislative session will run out of time, and that causes a bunch of bills that everyone likes and would agree on to never get voted on because they just die when they run out of time. Well, when the Democrats left office to avoid the draconian voting restriction laws that are essentially, in my opinion, just like Jim Crow version 2.0. One of the bills that got killed was a bill that funded online learning. And because of that, I just found out a few days ago that there are no online learning options in my area. We live in a fairly populous part of Texas. We live in one of the major cities in Texas, and there is enough spots because the county itself is going to dip into its emergency fund to get kids in school online. There are exactly 270 kids that are able to go to online learning in a very large populous county in Texas. I live near the 5th largest city in the U.S., and we don't have any online learning options in a stage 5 pandemic, and all our idiot governor can do is complain about the border crisis and wanting to build a goddamn wall. They're going into an emergency session Saturday. He just announced on Twitter. Which they'll probably spend most of the time trying to get the stupid voting law bill passed, but let's just hope they can find the time to maybe, protect our kids. So, that's all I wanted to say. If you choose to, maybe join me in shit-talking Greg Abbott on Twitter, I wouldn't say that I would be unhappy. But, I will now get off my soapbox. It has been probably 3.5 minutes, and let's play some Sherlock Holmes, because I've had a stressful couple days and I want something to unwind from. I haven't got it open yet because this game is very old and does not like being minimized and reconfigured. It tries to crash every time I do that. I'm going, you know what? I just said I'm not going to do that, but let's just, yeah, I'm just making sure I got audio. Okay. Good, it didn't crash. Okay. Yeah, every time I like need to adjust something in OBS or like for the stream, and I have to minimize the screen. Like most games, you just hit the window key and it'll do it. This you've got to fully Alt tab out of it to get any. I've got a two monitor setup here. Anything going on my second monitor, and every time I do that, it crashes the game. So last time on our last adventure, we finished the fate of Black Peter. Um, I figured out who murdered him, and then I promptly let him go. Riddle in the Rain. The riddle on the rails is our next case. Yeah, sure. I don't think I made any progress. I don't know why there would be. Hmm. Okay. So I like these games. I like streaming these games. They're nice and bite sized. Like I like being able to start a case and like finish it all in one stream. It's kind of um I get the appeal. I know back she hasn't done anything like this in a long time, but Abby Russell used to play of Giant Bomb fame and now Twitch fame, I guess. She used to play um the Nancy Drew games, like Agatha Christie and Nancy Drew, and they're kind of a type with these, and I get why I get the appeal. I got to talking, didn't realize the when the loading is done, it's not completely obvious that it's finished. Can you imagine a time when you could ask your landlord to bring you a wet towel? Like I don't remember Mycroft being in this game. You know, It's funny that they talk about him like protecting people. I read all of the Sherlock Holmes stories. I think there was like four novels and there's a bunch of short stories too. And I never got the feeling that Sherlock actually cared about helping anyone. It was more like he was doing it for his own, I don't know, like his own gratification, boredom. I will talk directly to this door. 1 week later. I really did not feel up to streaming tonight. I've had a cough for the last few days. Like I think it's from all those fires out in California. Like it has been really hazy. We've had a bunch of air quality alerts, and my goodness, I've had some chest congestion. But I felt like I need to get on here and stream tonight because I missed yesterday because of the whole thing with the school, and I'm gonna be out tomorrow because we have a we're playing. Me and my D&D friends are playing Blades in the Dark tomorrow, and we're playing Rise of the Hogmen. I might stream it, but I would ask everyone if it's all right first. So who knows? No promises. I like how the train conductor's like, "Don't know. The train just disappeared. Guess I'll just stand right here, not do anything." Hmm. The next morning, very early. Wait, I'm in a carriage. I guess to the train station. Oh, that is why the mouse feels all squirrely. I have the DPI on my mouse turned. Yeah, there we go. That should be less nauseating. I have to use like an. Okay, how? Okay, that's active mode. Okay, is there not a map? Hmm. Okay, so what's our objective here? Solve the mystery of the vanished train. Inspect the rails where the train vanished. I assume. Is it this way? Hmm. I'm hopefully I'm hopefully going to be getting a gaming chair this weekend. it's awful. Awful. Dining chair is terrible. Oh, that would be why I don't have a map. I was about to say, I thought the last investigation we did had a mini map. Well, there's a map that's probably a bit bigger than what I need. Hmm. No, I'm here to play golf. All right. That mole looks suspicious. Dirt? Really? Not a clue? Oh. Spots of earth? Wedding ring. Honorary badge. I do like how they added just the hey, skip this feature. Oh, fully gray hair. Like, who would have known that was. Okay. I think it was him. Is that not it? Hmm. Nottingham, London. Train liner number 324, composition locomotive coal car, first class car, postal wagon, special wagon, ordered by Mr. Robinson, second class car. Hmm. No map, though. Was that it? No. Hmm. At least this level is unlikely to feature a bunch of backtracking. Hmm. Out of the way, man. Willy hook. Okay. Hmm. Uh-huh. That's how I get my steps in. I just run at this guy. Better than a Fitbit. Okay. Well, that's not suspicious. Hmm. Because they're trying to steal an entire train, you dummy. Let's see. Locate the map. The map. Where is the map? I thought he said it was pinned to the wall. Hmm. I mean, that looks like a map. That also looks like a map. Okay. There we go. Okay. We are here. Train disappeared here. Hmm. Let's hope this doesn't break the game. I don't think. I apologize if... But I don't think that my... Yep. Sorry about that. My game audio was not going out to the stream.
See you later, my good man.
Okay. Retrieve information about the passengers. Where... Passengers. Was there a manifest? I wish that... Okay, dialogue. Received a message informing the train's delayed due to some issues with passengers.
Holmes.
Oh.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Okay.
Railway post bags.
We might have to take a trip to the other station. They probably have a passenger manifest, I would imagine. Nothing in here. Yeah, I think we've exhausted all... Yeah, yes. We've exhausted all evidence here. Let's go to the next station. Bridlington. I don't think I have any... Actually, oh, I do, okay. Okay, train vanished with people. No traces of train. Interesting. That doesn't... Nothing? Really? Special wagon. No. So just none of these are connected. Okay. Would have thought some of those threads were... generate some sort of idea. Okay, train service. Man in there. Let's try here first. Always like poking around first.
Railway post bags.
Can't go in there? Okay. Right. Luggage. See what's in the warehouse. Anything? What the? Yo, Watson. I think you got a problem, man. See if this guy's got anything to say. Nope. Just sitting on the cart. I just gonna stand here. Yeah. Just smell that cigarette smoke. Gonna guess I can't get through there yet. Okay. Fine. Go talk to the person that's I'm obviously meant to talk to. Well, I'm guessing that's the rich guy. Nice hat.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Work clothes. Cheap ticket. Rough skin.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, slightly racist gentleman.
insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Insurance organized by Thomas L. Robinson for his prototype called the Autonomous Electricity Generator. This policy partially covers the loss of the prototype up to 50% of its value. Maximum cover amount £15,000. Insurance duration 1 year renewable.
A telegraph.
I like to just walk up to people and just awkwardly stare at
Good
them.
day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night. But people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Don't touch anything, please.
Well, now I want to touch everything. This guy.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
It's supposed to be Australian? Australian. Okay. Really? The bag is not of interest?
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity.
That
I'm a
character model
businessman
is
and
rough.
an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the director's board who were
He's
travelling
like-
on the
it's like
train
his
last
face
night.
is melting.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was
Hello.
it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see.
Oh, you shouldn't
I
have
do
opened
not
the
know
Ark
if
of
I
the
will ever be able
Covenant.
to get
Dude,
over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damned train.
That is a rough character model.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
This guy
According
seems
to
nice.
this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations
Oh, is it?
state that public access to the telegraph is strictly...
Hang on just a moment. That should be a little better. Yeah, I also, speaking of, hadn't even really thought about that. I have the Return of the Obra Dinn, and I've only played just the first little bit of it. And that would be, now that you mention it, a really good game to stream.
prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep
This
on
one
digging that
is
hole of yours.
The
You have no idea
Crime and
who I
Punishment.
am.
I also have the follow-up to this that we might play after this called The Devil's Daughter.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it
What?
in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station Master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I
do it right
am
away, sir.
somewhat of a big Sherlock
Sorry,
fan.
sir.
This Robinson is quite
I've read
a
all of them.
character. We should learn more about him. The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
The ticket master. Yeah, like I've read it. I've read all of them. In fact, I want to say my memory's not just too. It's been a few years since I read all of the short stories, but I want to say that the very first case in this game is directly pulled from the from Arthur Conan Doyle. The Fate of Black Peter. I think that's actually one of his. Let's open my deductions. Okay, so we got Stolen Track, Chesterfield Telegram. Let's see if any of these connect. No? Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of interpretation of the character over the years. It's partially, the reason why they always have Sherlock Holmes stuff is the same reason why, like, Robin Hood keeps coming back. It's because those old stories are in the public domain, and people can take liberties with them, which is actually, I think, pretty cool. But yeah, in the books, he's not as... I mean, I wouldn't call him a sociopath, necessarily. He's... His portrayal in the books is more... You might, if he was around today and portrayed the same way in the books, you might say he's, like, maybe on the spectrum somewhere, like, maybe autistic, but I wouldn't say he's a sociopath. But there's definitely been, there's been plenty of depictions over the years where, yeah, they play more into that. There's also been a lot where he's in drug addictions, things like that. Chilean stay on track. Okay, so it was an accident. Let's go with this for now. Always change it later. Chesterfield Station.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
Oh.
A fishing advertisement.
I bet our station master has a drinking
telegraph
problem.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
Yeah, I would say that's feels accurate to what I read. It's up to the reader's interpretation too. You probably bring something to those stories. Yes, and I've always found it interesting that, like, in popular media, they always make a big deal about some of the side characters like Irene Adler or Mycroft, but they only, or even for that matter, even Moriarty, his like nemesis, but all those characters only appear in like one story. They were a lot less cohesive than you might think. Some of them got weird too.
At work like this. Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
Yep.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
Also why his telegram was all full of errors.
The 1872 train has arrived?
Good day to you.
Yeah, for sure.
We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
There was a whole bunch of them, too. clothes, red nose. Also married. Everyone has been married. And alcohol flask. Fishing line.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around
I
here.
think chat just reset.
Ah, you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a
Yeah.
fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work.
As far
So
as
what?
the actual...
There's
well,
no need to be so petty.
as far as the original story goes, I don't think there's any hint of that, like, at all. In fact, I want to say Watson gets married at one point. But hey, anything to spice up the story, right? It's been forever. There was even one show here in America where Watson was played by Lucy Liu. They like did a like a gender bent kind of thing, and it actually worked pretty well. Okay, binge drinking is your problem.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Yeah,
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
there's been a million different versions of the character too. Like, just pick the one you like, you know. They all, to me, just make his story more interesting. Okay, so we have a drunk station master at the brittle industrial station should be carefully examined. Okay, we need to poke around a little bit. Detective mode. Nothing? Okay. Try not to... The camera on this game, you know, it's an older game. The camera is a little fiddly, and I'm trying not to whip it around so much.
Locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
I do enjoy the mini games in this game. Okay, so what do we got here? Yeah, I would say this is true to the original conception of Sherlock Holmes. And it's so much so that they, you know, like I mentioned earlier, I think they reused some of the stories. Yes, it very much is. This game is from 2014, so you just... And it was made by Frogware, UK developer, who, even in the best of times, is a little dodgy when it comes to animation. You know, they just don't have the budget. But they try their best.
Quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them.
I remember in 2014 this game not looking that bad. I remember it was a little stiff, but like good textures and whatnot. Yeah, and this game is definitely a period piece. It's set in the 1800s.
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken
no, thank you.
from the parcels.
Shameful.
Is it? That's good. I mean, you would know. I've never been to England, so.
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although,
So what's going
might
on
be
here?
easy to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
A train has
Workers
disappeared.
come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
It had something valuable on board, and it has just completely vanished.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Yeah, you had mentioned once before on a stream that you were from the UK. And huh, okay, so yeah. That's a bit like well, it's a bit what I imagine like going to Disney World or something is like. Okay. We went in there. Aha.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
I think Watson's a little thick in this game. Okay, was there... we found that.
Railway post bags.
More post bags. Nothing of any tremendous...
French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Okay, that was already there. Not all of them. There's like a few of them that are. Like, I don't believe this is an original. But the last one I streamed definitely was. Okay. We need to recreate the fake train experiment. Okay. Phantom handcar seems to be connected. Salmon, Robin's lunch. Brittling. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? I think they're just betting on most people not actually read them.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Okay.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Wait, that's not a wheel, that's a gear. Okay.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Yeah, we were just at the train station, incidentally, because they were going to go on vacation or something, and we saw a
I
train.
should use the appropriate object here.
We saw the lights in the distance of the train, and heard the horn, but then it just disappeared. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I can rotate the whole thing. And there was apparently something very valuable on board. Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. What am I missing? Oh, just a piece of wood. Whoa. Where does it go? Okay. Old game.
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson, I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle.
Headlight
We
and
need to attach a...
Well, I know where that is. That's, well, can I... Okay, so... He is. That should be back at Evesham, I think? That's where I saw the headlight. Yeah, I know, right? Convenient. Okay. Who are all those guys? It was back through here. So this is the train station where the original disappearance occurred. It was back that way. Okay, so spare parts. Wasn't it...
An old...
That was an old...
This
oh,
part...
wait. You know, I thought it was here, but...
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Damn, I think I might have went to the wrong place. Anyway, we're here. Let's check out the luggage area. Is this not it? Maybe you can help me.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
Maybe not. I don't think it would be in your office, but we'll check. No, okay, nothing in here. I have a thing here on my to-do list. Examine Robinson's luggage at Bridlington. Wait, what? Examine Robinson's luggage at Bridlington left luggage room? I wonder if that's a typo. So the warehouse. This is Bridlington Station, right? No, this is Evesham. Oh, duh. That's why. Wrong place altogether. Wait, was the disappeared train one due to arrive? Yeah, it was the night before. We were here to go somewhere. I forget. So we need to find the luggage room. Left luggage. Oh, literally, like, lost luggage. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking, like, left luggage. What?
This gripsack belongs
Like,
to...
right and left.
Mr.
Not,
Robbins.
not like the other meaning
I
of
think
left.
we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
Oh, is it another lock-picking minigame? Okay. These never get that difficult. Okay, let's start with this. We'll just line up the ends here. Really? Ah, look at that.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
Look, Watson. Paperwork. And why would that be suspicious? This is an exclusive sales contract regarding
An exclusive sales contract.
the prototype prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity in an autonomous way. Edmondson Electric Company, the buyer, understand that they are purchasing the device as is and are in agreement. Mr. Thomas L. Robinson, the seller, is not responsible for any problems that may arise with the prototype after the purchase, whether or not those issues were known by either party at the time of purchase. The buyer is obligated to make payment in the amount of 10% of the prototype price in advance of signing of the contract. The remainder should be transferred with 1 month term. That is what disappeared on the train.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Yeah. Okay. This is an exclusive sales contract regarding the prototype invention dedicated to the appliance supplying electricity of an autonomous way. Hong Kong General Electric Company, the buyer, understand that they are purchasing the device as is and are in agreement. So he's selling this to multiple people.
Yet another
And yet
exclusive
it says
sales
exclusive.
contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
So it's the same... Yeah, same contract, just different...
Yet another exclusive sales
There's
contract.
the Chilean company that he's talking about. So they were on the train. The Chileans.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
And they did not leave like everyone else.
Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
I'm just using that voice
Well, it
line
is
over and
very
over,
clear
huh?
that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various
Couldn't get
people
3
for his
different
machine.
takes. Okay. So what was it? What did that just save? Okay. Let's see what we got here as far as untrustworthy. Prototype had insurance. Special wagon. Robinson's motive. Yeah, he's obviously committing fraud. So we got some thoughts here. Train passed through Chesterfield Station despite being unsure if the station master sent the report. Train never passed through Chesterfield. I'm gonna say that that dude is unreliable. So this isn't lost. The prototype would bring a lot of easy money. Well, yeah, I mean, he's got a motive for sure. And that doesn't connect. Okay, well. Let's see what we got here. I need to reconstruct the train car. Do we have anything in this warehouse? No. So, okay. Then all the parts must be back in Chesterfield. I guess I just didn't look around good enough. Those quick load times really help this. I remember when back in 2014, they were quite a lot. Okay, so what am I missing here? Long pole. Spare parts. Yeah, I just didn't see them the first time. There's my lamp. I'm missing something? There it is.
The long pole is now attached.
Okay.
It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher.
Holmes, what can we...
It is elementary, my...
Is it? Fire extinguisher. Where the hell do I find a fire? Oh. Conveniently, there's one right there. Yeah.
The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. The steam whistle is ready to be used.
Nice.
Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although
Yeah.
you half suspected it.
Huh. At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Really? That's some Deus Ex Machina crap if I've ever heard it. Well, at least there's a justification for this thing we're gonna use in the game. That's hilarious.
Now we have two maps.
He took his
We must
library
combine
with him.
them properly.
Okay, so where does this fit? I'm guessing... Whoa, stop moving.
Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
Okay. Examine the railway switch.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Okay. And... Okay, so I'm assuming we're supposed to go this way. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't see anything of... Okay, maybe this way? No, wow. It is jarring when that map just pops up when you walk too far. Yeah, that doesn't look like the direction you're supposed to go. Maybe, am I missing something? Mines.
Mines? This is interesting.
I just literally didn't look at the sign. Okay.
It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Okay. Go to the mines.
Here are the mines homes. They appear to be abandoned.
There is a wooden beam lying on the rails. The distance between the tracks is about 4 feet 8 inches.
So not...
A lightly loaded vehicle came
Not the
this way.
same vehicle
a
from
small
earlier.
vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Well, it's funny that
Someone
you say
removed
that.
these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
This game will totally let you screw up and accuse the wrong person. Like it's like hand-holdy in some ways, and then some ways it's definitely not. Like if you do not, especially when it comes to like conducting interviews with people, if you just like forget to like go and talk to somebody, it will totally let you.
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside.
What's great about it too, and something I really respect, is it like say you accuse the wrong person, it will let you make a case against them and they will still get arrested, and it won't actually, like, it's not like game over or retry. It will just continue on, and then you'll find out later that no, you arrested the wrong person and they got off. I am. I'm not sure if it's...
I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
I'm not sure if it's so much that... Like, I do like detective stuff, but I just kind of like these slower-paced kind of games.
Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. Somebody was blowing stuff up. That would explain the collapse of the mine. Mine guards? Huh. Oh, there's the metal box.
This box must be the safe. Let's open it.
Trick to these is just to look at the ends. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Phrasing.
The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
Yeah, I like slower paced games. And part of it too is just like a game like this is good to stream, you know, because it's story heavy. It's slower paced, a little bit easier to digest. But like when I'm just like by myself, I play a lot of different stuff. Like I was playing Battlefield 5 the other night. I play a lot of different things, but I like these kind of games. I'm a big fan of old CRPGs too. That's kind of what drew me to Disco Elysium. I like anything with like a lot of dialogue options. Okay, so we inform you that representatives of the Barracazas, that's the Chileans, I think, group are granted free access from now on. The company is the future owner of the mines. Also, starting from today, a no trespassing rule is upheld against any representative of the Caracal Consortium. The preliminary contract of sale has been cancelled. Do not provide any explanation. This information is confidential. Yeah, I mean, true. I like anything that's good. Nothing? Okay. Interesting that the rails were torn up. Okay, am I missing something here? Okay, we'll go down here a little ways and see if there's any clues. Nope. Alright, let's check out the quarry then. I can appreciate a game that is doing something, that's been done a bunch, but is just doing it very well. Like that is a thing. Oh, have I not been here before?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
I like how he keeps saying that like people wouldn't know what he's talking about. It happened last night.
The station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
You look sad. No watch, missing button. Missing ring.
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph. Just the same as all the other nights.
Goodbye, sir.
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking.
Okay. And? I mean, am I missing something? Okay. It might be worth checking, but there's nothing to see. Weird.
Railway post bags.
More railway post bags. Ooh. What was that?
This post bag belongs to the station master.
In reply to your last warning letter, I wish to assure you that I shall soon honor all of the latest installments and pay my debts.
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
My darling, I ask you to trust me this time. I shall soon have more than enough money to repay the house mortgage. It's only a matter of days. You may continue living in the house without me, since that's your wish. Please know that I still care about you and hope you will forgive me one day, despite all of the harm I have caused in recent years. Yours, Edward.
A funny character.
And he is not an Englishman. This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
Is that literally a sombrero? Oh, wow. Wow.
Greenish brown cigar.
Don't think that would
have
flown these days.
Peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man?
I suspect
Holmes,
he's
you amaze
Mexican.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
He's like, I found this cigar. Let me picture a stereotype to determine where it's from.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
I don't think Holmes is being racist. I think maybe the game developer was just maybe a smidge accidentally racist. It wasn't so much of he's not an Englishman, because we know that there's like a Chilean company involved. I think that he was just meaning that like he's obviously like Latinx or Spanish maybe. I mean, there was one character that said that there was a Spanish guy around. But it was more of the, I'm going to pick up this cigar that he dropped and I'm going to sniff it. And I need to picture in my head to determine where this is from. And it was just a sombrero. It's like, ooh. That probably wouldn't have flown these days.
Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
It's like, hang on, Watson, I need to concentrate on a stereotype. 2014, different time. I know, I don't remember that either. And what's even worse is I played this game when it first came out in 2014, and I do not remember thinking it was weird when
hurdle, steeplechase, and flat racing. He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
I guess it just shows like how far society's come.
Betting slips for horse racing. The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
Thus the home mortgage that has went unpaid.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
There are two companies, the Chilean Barracazas and the Mexican Carcal. Both wanted to purchase the coal mines. The Mexican Carcal Consortium had established an initial deal and prepared all the papers. However, the Chilean Barracaza group, aided by their influential connections, managed to snatch the concluding deal for the mines. Interesting, I can't go out that door. Nothing else to see? Nope. Okay. Anything in the warehouse of note? No. Oh, I think I'd already been through there. Okay, we did left luggage, we did the waiting hall. Okay, that's all the building. Let's go ask this guy what's up with his gambling.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind that, the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
Well, true.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
I cannot tell you how many people I know. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Doctor Who is quite popular in the States among a certain type of person, and I cannot tell you how many of those people I've ran into that got so mad that they made the Doctor a woman.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake. Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Yeah, it reached even here. Inspect the beach. Is it literally... Oh, it's just a different place. Okay.
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster Station. These traces were made by a carriage. Look.
I bet this is our missing carriage.
The distance between
6
the
feet,
tracks
7
is
inches,
about
yeah.
6 feet, 7 inches. The vehicle pressed this stone into the ground. It would have been quite heavy. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, I have my own personal feelings about Doctor Who. I used to quite like it back when David Tennant was the Doctor. And it's not that I don't like Matt Smith. I think he was a perfectly enjoyable person to watch, but I forget the guy's name who was the director or the lead writer during his tenure as the Doctor. It was just he was prone to very convoluted writing, and I just rubbed me the wrong way after a while. Plus, I mean, it's just, at the end of the day, it's kind of a show for kids. It's like Star Wars. I used to love Star Wars as a kid, and as I've grown older, it's just, at some point you realize, like, you're not the target audience anymore, and some people just cannot handle
This place was
that.
abandoned fairly recently.
So is this this would be the cart, I assume. What about that? Greetings from Lake Beach.
Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached.
Dynamite?
A label with the name Las Zarpas.
Okay, so we've inspected the beach. Examine. Okay. Okay. Mini rant. Yeah. Yeah, like Stephen Moffat is who I think the guy that I'm thinking of, the writer. He was really bad about like we're gonna do all this build up and build up and build up and build up to a final season or to the season finale, and it was like he laid a bunch of railway track without ever thinking about where he was going. And so at the end, he just would be like, and something happened. Like it just felt like something came out of left field and was the resolution to the story. And like it was always very unsatisfying. And yeah, I totally hear you on like unearned, um, like moments that are clearly supposed to be emotional that are completely unearned. The Mexican.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Chilean, okay. Oh dear God, I'm already worried about this. Wrinkles. Mark close. Yeah, Stephen Moffat is basically who made me stop watching Doctor Who as well. Expensive cigar. Martial. Wait, what? I can just tell by his hands that he does martial arts. Okay. What was the... Okay. Yeah, I thought you were Mexican.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Because you're smoking
Because of
Mexican
your
cigars?
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
Okay, I'm just gonna chalk this up to that. Maybe that was like it's 1850 or whatever, and maybe you just can't. Maybe that importing things is harder back then. But that's like saying, "Hey, I like to drink German beer. You must be German." It's like, no, not even. My family's not even from there. We're Irish.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros, who were due to arrive yesterday. They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not
I
a
think
very
that
friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
I personally, my theory on that is that people like him because, like, I think the only reason it worked is because Matt Smith was very good at that character, and he was quirky and funny, and he held it together. You ended up watching it just because you liked watching him, but the writing was always terrible. But he's the only thing that kept it together, and even that was not enough for me. Yeah, well, yeah. But it's just funny that the reasoning was, well, because you're smoking a cigar from Mexico. Okay, so we're back here. Let's see if we've got any... I've got so many loose threads. Somebody stole the rails. Okay. Stolen rails. We have a train car. Mines were blasted. Mines are collapsed. I think that might be what's going on here. Perhaps. Okay, no grudge. They also have motive. Big train. I must be pretty close to the end of this. Let's see. Special transport. No, nothing. Really? That's Doncaster. Could be. Okay, so that is one possible outcome, but that doesn't explain... I have too many... Like, what's the deal with the flooded quarry?
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Still nothing, huh? I'm missing some piece of this puzzle. Maybe I need to go... Maybe I need to go conduct another round of interviews. There's something I'm missing here, though. Nothing in here. We already searched his...
A telegraph.
His, office here. I think that's it, right? Yeah, you've been talking about Pathologic too. I need to, Whoa! Where are you going, Watson? I need to give that a try. Okay. Examine the side rail branch that leads to the quarry. Located between. Okay, let's go back to Evesham. Okay. Yeah. I'm okay for sad games. Out of the way, Watson. Nothing here. Where's the string? Yeah. Go ask this guy what's up.
The entire train has
Got
disappeared.
nothing, huh?
It's a disaster.
Okay, where was the rich dude? I feel like I'm still missing something at the little side station because this is still up there. Examine the side railway branch that leads to... See if he's got anything to say.
Oh, will I ever get any peace?
Wait, where's the waiting room? Nobody here, okay. Oh, wrong place. Yeah, I've heard it's, punishing. That's left luggage. Where's the waiting room?
It's a scandal. An absolute...
I will not move from here
Nothing?
until I receive my refund.
Get out of the way, Watson.
Holmes, I don't understand.
Don't touch anything, please.
Nothing here, okay. Yeah, I've missed something. It must be at Doncaster. What am I missing? Perhaps I just needed to walk out here.
This railway branch should
Yep.
lead to the quarry. Let us take a look. The switch is rusted, but it still works. The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable.
See, I totally could have accused that guy, though, without having all the evidence.
The railway ends here. That is strange.
Stolen rails. Railway decor. Somebody stole the rails to temporarily cover the missing section of old railway that flooded quarry. I think that's what happened. But how does that figure all the... Robinson's motive is what I don't understand. Oh, yeah, carry on. I probably will be out tomorrow because we're playing Blades in the Dark, my D&D group, but I might be around this weekend. You have a good night. Not be sunk. Still got one hanging thread here. I am short on ideas here. I still got the one thread, so I can't be. I can't be finished. Okay, let's re-examine some of this stuff here. I've not found anything else that's incriminating about Robinson. I'm not sure. I'm also not sure that that train is in the mines anymore. That seems right. See, but if it's not in the mines, could be sunk, maybe? Railway to quarry. Yeah, he's the one weak link. I'm still missing something. I've missed a clue. Maybe it still isn't here at the barges. Sorry, at the beach.
An advertisement for lake cruises.
boats. That is super jarring when that does that.
An abandoned gypsy caravan.
Here's a little bit more racism. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh. Duh. Okay. What's up, us? Capital.
Here it is.
This game can be a little obtuse sometimes. There's the missing piece of the puzzle. Okay.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, We have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently, without any talk of politics.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away, but... Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Sometime later.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
How dreadful. 2 dead bodies. What a terrible ending to such a great case.
There, my dear fellow. It is all right. You did your best.
Hey! All right. Okay, well, with that case closed, it was a somewhat unsatisfying ending. We solved the case, but unfortunately, everyone died. It just happens like that sometimes. Um, go ahead and close out of this. Tomorrow we'll probably not be on here unless my D&D group that I've mentioned before, if they're fine with streaming our game, I might stream it. We'll see. I may ask, I may not. But until then, we might be back on Saturday. We might be back on Sunday. I did find a very cool computer store here locally that just as of a couple days ago had a 3060 Ti in stock, and I may be trying to go down there this weekend and grab one. I also really need a chair. Like, really need a chair. But I hope everyone has a good evening. If you're still watching, you're watching in VOD on playback, don't mind hitting that follow button. I really appreciate it. It'd be really great if one day I could get up to 50 followers and hit that Twitch affiliate status. That'd be really nice. And do not forget, Greg Abbott can go fuck himself. Go bother him about the school thing. It's bullshit. Until then, you guys have a nice night. Bye.